Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here, bringing you more Crash Landing. Last time, had a fantastic chat with Iskandar. Heard that he is on his way home today, which is fantastic news. Today, I've been working on getting myself a little bit of a better setup so that I don't have to work as hard to keep myself alive. Stuffed a hopper on top of my crucible, feeding leaves from this tree whenever it grows. Turned some of my nickel that from the sieving operations that I did with about 2 stacks worth of gravel into Invar so that I could make myself Invar shears. Invar shears are roughly double the durability of iron shears. So yeah, you get a lot more out of your Invar shears than you do your iron shears for slightly less the material cost, 2/3 of the iron going into it. And now I have 6 triple compressed cobblestone heating into seared stone in my high oven. That's almost 1 full better barrel's worth. It's actually maybe slightly more than that. Anyway, this should turn into a good bit of seared stone for me so that I can turn these bricks into scorched bricks, which will allow me to finish off the high oven quest. While that heat, actually it's almost done. I just want to see exactly how much 1 triple compressed cobblestone becomes. Almost. Probably 13, 14, or 1500. We'll leave that alone for a moment. While that continues on, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab my compressed iron that I have lying around from all of the other quests. I thought it was over here. There it is. And I'm going to use this to complete a couple of more quests. Specifically, I want to progress the quest line, which helps. It helps if I have the actual quest book on me when I try to do that. Did I leave it in here? I did. Soaring chest like a pro. In under pressure, putting pressure to work, I need a wall, a window, and a valve that I have to craft myself. Well, the wall is easy. It's the... Here we go. I've got some more leaves stuffed away in there. The wall is easy. It's just 8 compressed iron. The window, on the other hand, I need to do the same thing with some glass. And the valve, I need to do the same thing with it too. Well, I've got 26 compressed iron ingots here, so I'm in good shape on that end. All I need to do is cook up some glass. And I just need 1 glass to get this going. So I'm just going to leave that cooking and grab 1 out of my chest that's right here already. Come back over here and let's get this going. All right, 1. Ooh, actually, 3 of them have gone, and each one of them is only... Wait, that's not right. That's not right at all. Is it? 320 millibuckets of seared stone. Yeah, that seems fairly low for 729 cobblestone. Or it's only turning into 80. What's going on here? That seems weird. I'm pretty sure that the double compressed was turning into a fairly similar number to that. Hang on. Either that or it's just gonna, take a ton of, well, I already know that it takes a ton of cobblestone to do this, but still, this is ridiculous. I feel like I need to, shake my fist in the air and yell, Iskandar! Yeah, the double compressed is turning into 88 millibuckets. So for some reason, the double compressed is better than the triple compressed. Someone did some weird math with that, which then leaves me to wonder... I remember the compressed being pretty decent as well. 1 compressed cobblestone. We'll see what that does in a moment here. Bump. I like having this constant source of water just waiting for me and knowing that I have, basically 11 buckets of water pretty much at my fingertips. All right, so I'm going to need to get this crafted first before we can do the next step. 2, 3. So that gets me my pressure chamber window, my pressure chamber walls, and my... Oops, missed one. Pressure chamber valve. And that completes this quest. Ooh, making it work. I need to create myself some plastic. Okay, as it says, simply break one of the middle blocks, toss whatever I want inside, and replace the middle block. And you definitely lose air doing this. So now we need to set up our first little bit of plastic. Ooh, and we'll get squid plant seeds out of it. Fantastic. I could make, I didn't see what that turned into. Whoops. That's the wrong material entirely. 552, 552, 552. Let's see if I can remember that. Probably won't. Those things make a pressure chamber. 3 by 3, you need 25 pressure chamber walls or pressure chamber windows and 1 valve. So I'm actually going to need a good bit more. I have 10 pressure chamber walls and 4 windows, so I need a good bit more compressed iron than I have, which I will take care of creating off camera in just a moment. Alright, so that was 552, and the 1 compressed cobble brought it to 616 for 64-ish. Yeah, so honestly, you're going to get the most out of your... You're going to get the most out of cobblestone, but I think you get the most efficiency in terms of fuel by using the 1 times compressed. That's a bit of a shame. I'm a little sad about that. Alright, folks. I will be back in a bit once I make myself some more compressed iron so that I can complete more of the walls. See you soon. Hey folks, back briefly. Just wanted to show you real quick what I'm doing to increase my output. So I've got 8 blocks of seared stone in there. I'm pouring 1 half block's worth into this casting basin to create seared cobblestone, which I'm then going to dump into the smeltery. And if you'll wait just a moment for that to heat up, I'm actually going to skip ahead to show you what it is heated up. But you'll notice that I used 1 block's worth to make 2 seared cobblestone. And once those are melted down, I'll come back to show you why I'm doing it this way. All right, here we go, folks. I'm at 7 blocks. 1's about to finish. And tick. I'm now at 8 blocks. So you can very easily see that each one of these is worth a full block, but it only takes half a block to create. This might actually be one of the most efficient uses for your cobblestone. The next trick, at least in terms of turning your cobblestone into seared stone, the next trick is to see if it can melt in the high oven. Good news, it can. And that 448 becomes 592, as expected, because 448 plus 144 equals 592. So, bottom line, don't bother with your compressed cobblestone after you get a little bit going. You're going to be better off in the long run just pouring some seared stone onto some regular cobblestone. And I'll come back in a couple of minutes to show you an even faster way to do this. See you soon. Alrighty folks, here's how you can make this work a little bit better, easier, less direct effort involved. Here, we're going to set it up like this. We're going to put a barrel there. We're going to put a hopper on it. We're going to put the basin here, and we're going to put a hopper on it. Into the hopper goes the cobblestone. From here comes the seared stone. You'll notice that I've torn down most of the high oven. This is a temporary measure. And then, you know, get more seared stone cooking. Just turn that on. And as you can see, this fills up with seared stone, which gets put into the casting basin, which turns into seared cobblestone. Yeah. Now it's all nice and automated. All you need is a continuing source of seared stone. And in fact, I believe that we're now going to shut this off because I've run out of seared stone in the smeltery. This will use up any that there is available to make me a whole bunch more. And then all of this will double through the use of lava. Lava is not a big deal. We can easily change this crucible back over to lava by sucking all the rest of the water out of it. And in fact, one very easy way to do exactly that is to grab our portable tank. Now that we have some Invar, we can very simply upgrade it to hold 16 buckets at a time, which is a very, very nice thing indeed. And then we've got all of our water bottles that we can use to quickly and easily move the water out of the crucible and into the tank. And then we just set the thing back up for cobblestone when we need to. Now, it would be fantastic if we could fill the camel pack directly from the portable tank or something like that. Unfortunately, the Oh, what is it? Enviromine. That's it. That's the name of the mod. The Enviromine developer has not added any such option at this time. And look at that. There's 4 more blocks of seared stone ready for us to create. And there'll be even more sometime very soon. As you can see, as this goes, it gets ever more efficient, and we'll actually be able to expand the smeltery. This is, I think, after investigating a number of different options, your best bet to get your smeltery the largest, fastest. Yeah. All right, folks, I'm going to get back to redesigning the high oven and integrating it with the Steve's Factory Manager. You'll note that I have changed around this design some, and I plan on spending the second half of this episode talking about exactly why I've done this and what it's now going to be able to do for me. See you soon after I do some programming. All right, as you can see, I set my high oven back up specifically to make myself some more iron because I did not have enough. Also, I set up a second crucible with a hopper feeding cobblestone into it. And, ooh, you know what? I am now short exactly 1 fluid duct. I upgraded my smeltery considerably so that I would have more room in it. I like to have a technically 4 high, 3 layers of wall and 1 layer of floor smeltery because I feel like this is the most efficient in terms of, well, it's not the most efficient, but there's only 1 line of resources that is hidden that you have to scroll down to find. So with this set to output and this lever turned on, now my smeltery will keep itself full, and all I need to remember to do is refill this hopper every now and then. It won't even need to be refilled frequently, just sometimes. Hang on, let me move some water around and get some more into my camel pack here. Bump, 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 bump. Yay. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to go and get our compressed iron made. Now, if I take a look, I have 10 pressure chamber walls, 4 windows, and 4 valves. Well, I can use about 15 of these, so I need about 10 more, which is going to mean I need at least 24 compressed iron to make 12 pressure chamber walls. You can lose between 10% and 30% of your compressed iron when you do the craft. And, as you can see, I have 6 in here right now, so I need to get at least 16. If I can lose 30% though, and I want to plan for the worst case scenario, well, to calculate that, you want to know what 16 is 70% of. So, all right, here it goes. Basically, you just take your 16 and divide by 0.7, and you end up with about 23. So we're going to hit that 23 with the dynamite, and if I subtract 30% from that, we end up with about 16. Now, I've made myself a hang glider so that I can get out of here very easily without needing to deal with all of these creepers. I'm not going to build myself anything fancy for it yet, but someday I plan to get myself a little hang glider tower. Right now, though, I'm just going to go on a noob tower up to, oh, I don't know, 100 or so, and then I'm going to fly east. At least to the road. And then I'll come back up and break this some other time. There we go. Now, to use the hang glider, all you need to do is have it in your hand and left click. Hang on a second. Do I need to equip it? There we go. Have it in your hand while you're in the air and right click. Now, if you hold shift, you will angle down and travel faster. You can travel quite quickly with the hang glider. And the great thing about this is now I'm quite the ways away from home. I'm no longer in danger of those creepers causing issues for me. So we're going to dig a bit of a hole. We're going to stuff our TNT in it. We are going to put our lever that I did not bring with me. Blast. All right. The other great thing about the hang glider is that even from standing, it will speed your journey along quite a bit just by holding forward and jump and shift. It will not, however, let you jump any higher than you normally could. All right. So we're just going to grab the nearest lever. Actually, we're going to go get a stick out of the box and we're going to do it the right way. There we go. Let's try this again. Now the fun part is, eventually I can set this up such that I can be very, very safe, even when I'm outside. And the method for that is basically making sure the little moat that I have is too high, both on the inside and the outside. Anyway, I'll show you how to do that some other time. Before we go any further, eat a little bit of rice soup so that I'm not dying. Toss my iron in there. Activate the TNT, and back right off. Boom. Now you can use a creeper explosion for this if you're brave. I got 20 compressed iron ingots. Awesome, that's more than enough. And I also have a mess, but that's okay. I don't mind a mess out in the desert. And the other great thing about this mess out in the desert with the hang glider is now if I go back up to 80 or so, I'll be able to go all the way home just by flying. Now, I can fly slow, and I'll maintain more elevation, or I can try to race the sun. There we are. And, oh, almost. That was almost fancy, where I managed to come in for a perfect landing. That's okay. Hang glider's really fun. Very, very, very useful in this map. In fact, I would almost recommend, as many of my viewers have, that you craft it before your first trip to the city. You will be a little bit safer that way. All right, now that we've got my compressed iron, let's build that device. Wall, window, one valve, just the one for now. Grab your compressor and your tubes, you're gonna need both. And 4 more iron. There we are. You know what? I kinda, we'll make more windows later. For now, we're just going to build a simple 9x9 with a window here. Actually, we're going to need a couple more windows, aren't we? Don't worry that these don't have a breaking animation. That's to be expected. There. And there. Oh, actually, I need one of these to be a valve. There we go. And I'll put another useless window right there because it will hold the pressure in. Now all you need to do is get your air compressor down, connect it by tubes to the pressure chamber. And I believe if I right-click on this, yep, I can now see that it is a 3x3 pressure chamber. Problems, no valid items. To insert valid items, you're going to need to grab some, well, in this case, let's just grab 8 iron so I can show you how this works. And the quest book does a phenomenal job of teaching this. I'm very impressed with what Iskandar's done here. So you just toss it in there, and in the air compressor, you're going to want some fuel, which I have some extra charcoal in one of these. We'll grab all 4. That's it. Now this will, oh, problems, no problems, machine running. Here we go. Pressure, currently 0.1 bar. Yeah, it's going to take a bit for this to really build itself up. In the meantime, you can also see that the pressure is increasing here. And if I take a look at the recipe for compressed iron, it will tell me that this requires between 1 and 2 on the pressure chamber gauge. So that's going to take a little while. We will leave that and let it do its thing. While we are away, under pressure, the next step of the quest is telling us that we in fact need plastic. So to get plastic, there are a number of different kinds of plastic. I think that this one might be, I don't know if it's specific or not, but that one looks to me like it's either creeper or slime. Anyway, we'll use creeper plants. You need to get the creeper plant seeds, put them in there. And the reason I'm using creeper is because, well, I'm already up to 13 creeper plant seeds. Pretty simple, actually. So instead of waiting for this to process all the way, just gonna break this window. I'll lose my air in there. But I can toss in that creeper plant seed, close the window, and now everything's back to trying to work. Now, the creeper plant seeds require about half of a bar. So once we get back up there, we'll be able to collect our plastic from there. I'll be back once this is done processing. All right, as you can see, I rescued my 8 compressed iron and my plastic creeper plant seeds out of the pressure chamber. And that completes the putting pressure to work quest, giving me 4 pneumatic servos and my choice of 4 more plastic, 2 machine upgrade speeds, or 4 squid plants. Probably going to take the squid plants because machine upgrade speed, actually that's relatively difficult to make. However, squid plants, on the other hand, require lots of craziness, or I have to go actually create squids myself. So I'm not certain if there's any other way to get the squid plant seeds. Ooh, plastic seeds. Have a quick look at NEI. You may realize needing quite a lot of the PneumaticCraft plastic seeds. Some can be gotten easily, and you already have some creeper and perhaps ender seeds. No. Squid seeds work the same way, as do slime seeds. Okay, so I could craft a squid farm. Or I can create any of the PneumaticCraft seeds that I need. Okay, that's interesting. So the squid seeds aren't all that tough to get, and in fact, if I look up squid seeds, oops, squid plant seeds, I can make that with an ink sac and some grass seeds. So they're not super rare. I think I will, in that case, take the machine upgrade speed, because plastic's not that hard to make. I've got plenty of seeds. And the speed upgrades I'm not going to have anytime soon. Interesting. It will maintain pressure for quite a while, it seems. All right, next quests along the line. Losing air is an important one. Pressure chamber interface as needed. To make a pressure chamber interface, let's find out what we need. This is kind of fun learning this mod from the list as we go. Rain plant seeds. Okay, well, I don't have any, and I doubt I'm going to be finding any naturally. So I'm going to need some lapis with some grass seeds. Or lapis, sorry. All right, so let's grab our... Oh, where is it? Is it in here? It is in here. And I know I have 1 grass seed lying around, so grab my bone meal. It was in the same place, wasn't it? I wonder if I can put it into the pressure... yeah, the air compressor. Make it generate more pressure faster. That's kind of cool. Whoops. There we go. And we'll use the lapis lazuli. Make rain seeds. Awesome. And these I should be able to toss onto dirt, grass, or farmland. Poof. There we go. Just that simple. 2. Yep. Awesome. So I'm going to need to do quite a bit of farming of this particular kind of plastic. No big deal. And I can probably just let it grow naturally over time as well. Let me get to morning. Otherwise, I need to do exposure. Ah, now we get more... Oh, hello. Spider came from behind. There's another one too. Hello. Goodbye. Kind of enjoying this cutlass. It's doing its job rather well. Alright, so I need an empty PCB as the first step of that, which is just compressed iron and plastic inside from creeper plants specifically in the pressure chamber, which luckily I have some of both. Alright, let's get that going while I farm more plastic. See, now, that's aggravating. I actually have to break 2 blocks to get to that. And I should really think about making a... Well, I should work on that interface, that's for certain. Plus you and you in there, put you down, go grab more charcoal. Fancy. Let's see if 1 is enough to create enough pressure. And bam. And it is producing 23 milliliters a tick, where without them it only produces 10. With 1 it produces 15. I don't know if this helps at all. Does not seem to change any of the numbers. Problems? Not enough pressure. Pressure gauge to view all the recipes of the machine. Huh. That's cute. It's a well-designed mod. Pretty happy with that. Then this will need pressure required 1.5 bars. Awesome. It even knows what I'm trying to make. Pretty happy about that. All right, so I'll be back when that is ready. There you can see in there, I have completed crafting the component in question. And I have to break my way in. Definitely need to stop that. And we'll toss in our rain plant seeds and then plug this thing back up. Oh no. That apple is actually taking up that entire side. There. And you're out of pressure. Alright, we're going to use some coal because I'm like that. And this requires half a bar. No problem. This should go quick. 2, 3. Really enjoying this. This is actually kind of a fun mod. Actually, it's more than kind of a fun mod. It is an extremely fun mod. Okay, so I had been planning on getting to more Steve's Factory Manager today, but it doesn't look like I'm going to. However, I did want to show you one thing that I was taught by a fan. If you have, for example, an input, an output, and a condition all lined up and connected, you can very simply drag one of them with shift into a group, and everything that's connected to it will go into that group. So we're going to delete you, and delete you, and we're going to go back to close group. Just wanted to show you that real quick. So now I have one group, which is my pulse. Save that. And as you can see, I've got my standard trigger set up with the emitter set to pulse and the output node. I'm going to be rebuilding all of the programming you saw last time on this. Next episode, I will get into how to set all of this up and how to make it run your scorched oven. Now, how am I going to do that part? Well, first I'm going to get myself some water so I don't die of dehydration. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to complete the quest that I've been putting off all of this time to create the deep tank controller. And with that portion of the quest complete, I can go back to basic survival and I can hand in triple play to get 64 bricks. And these I'm going to use in the smeltery to create myself a whole bunch more scorched bricks. But that's going to be next time. As for right now, we're out of time. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.